Omar, do me a favor. There's a sequel to 7th and Union. Cast me as the next guy that you fight, at least in the opening round. Look at this one, too. Look.
Wow.
Look at this. I could totally be the guy that you beat up. Oh, okay, man, that's awesome. Well, I know that.
De los bigotes.
Omar, you ready?
Tú toma varias. Yeah, I'm ready for you.
Okay. What's up, Omar Chaparro is on Check It Out, and I see he's on the set of Tonight with Omar Chaparro. How you doing, my man?
I'm feeling so blessed right now, Humberto. Thank you for being here, bro.
No,
so
thank
you're
you.
gonna do this interview in Spanish or English?
No,
or
this is
Japanese.
for
You want to try something else?
This is for LA TV, so we're gonna mostly do English, but you can break out into Spanish or Spanglish anytime. Do you remember you were on Check It Out with me when you were here like about a year and a half ago for Detective Pikachu?
I remember. I think we were talking about Detective Pikachu, right?
At the time, yes.
Yes, I remember, Humberto, but you look younger today.
Well, I feel like I look older because I'm growing my mustache for the first time in my life. I'm getting mixed reviews.
Okay, but you look better. Way better than when I see you a year ago.
Okay, well, you know what? You look better too. But you look good then. You look good now. You look even better now because you're at the host and you're on the set of Tonight. Oh, yeah. So first of all, man,
okay, we're stopping the cebollazo. Let's go.
Okay. By the way, there's a little delay, I think, between when we talk. I don't know. Okay. So first of all, talk to me about the new show Tonight on Estrella TV. Tell me what it's like being the host of your own show here in the States.
Well, as I told you, I think it's a bless for me right now and for all the team, all the people that is working behind this TV show. First of all, because we're doing this TV show in the middle of a pandemic, right? So everyone that has a job and that does what we love, we're lucky. We're lucky to be here, and I'm very excited, my dear Humberto, because I've been doing a lot of radio and TV shows for a long time, but I spent like if I remember like 6 years more or less that I wasn't doing TV anymore. So I'm feeling like a little kid right now, remembering all the stuff, bringing out my characters, being with a lot of famous artists and people that I admire and people that I love too, because I bring some friends, famous friends here, and we're having fun. And the good thing is that the audience is loving the show, and I cannot be more grateful today.
Now, you're also a performer. You're an actor. What's the difference between you as an actor and you as a TV host? In terms of like the mindset.
Well, well, I would have to say that first, Humberto, that I love doing both. I love to be in front on a camera. When I'm doing a film, a movie, I'm inside whatever character. And I love to do that. It's so fun for me. And when I'm hosting a TV show, well, I'm more myself. It's just me trying to be very curious with the artists and to be as a child, trying to learn from the people that I'm interviewing and trying to take out the best of them. So it's very two opposite things, but I love to do both. If you ask me what would I love more to do, to act or to be host, I wouldn't be able to answer that question because I love both.
Now, when I spoke to you last, it was about a year and a half ago. You were promoting Detective Pikachu. You were talking about how you had just moved to LA maybe in the previous year or two, and you made the big decision to leave Mexico, where you had a huge thing going, obviously, in Mexico, and you were talking about that transition in your life, not just your career, but your life. So now that you've been in LA for a few years now, you have your own show on Tonight. You're doing some movies that I'll ask you about in a second. How's everything going? Are you Mr. LA now?
Well, I think this pandemic it's been a very powerful year. It made me more conscious about that how life goes so fast. So I'm feeling totally grateful to be here in LA or working in Mexico, because honestly, I've been here and there working in Mexico and then working in LA. But as I told you, I feel so lucky to be part of this show, and also very lucky to do the movies that I love. I always was was worried a little bit if I could do both things, and now I realize that if you have the right mindset and organized and you work, you can do both things at the same time, and it's very fun.
Um, you did a movie recently called Seventh and Union where you played a boxer. Can you tell? Because I know
Yes, I
Anthony
just did.
Nadillo. Yeah, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, actually, that movie was uh, we say in Spanish a garbanzo de a libra, because when this movie arrived to my life, I was in the quarantine. I was eating a lot and so nervous and stressed out, like a lot of people that they didn't know what's gonna happen. Like, oh my God, what's gonna happen with this pandemic? A lot of people were losing their jobs, and I was losing my jobs because all my projects and movies were canceled. So I was, kind of nervous. But when the movie arrived, I took it as a very big opportunity for me. And I love boxing. And I read the script and I said, okay, even though if you don't pay me, I will do it because I love the script. I love boxing. And I was so lucky to be in this film. Um, the only tough part I have to say is that I had to lose a lot of weight because I was kind of fat, and I lost like 15 pounds
Wow.
to do this character, but it was amazing. A very very small movie, small budget, but I think the people is gonna love it. It's very very unique,
Now, you
and I
said
love
that
it.
you say you had to lose this weight. Was this quarantine weight that you had packed on during the early part of the quarantine?
Yes, because was in the middle of June and July, so I was in my bed, stressed out, eating. When you have so much anxiety, you don't have anything else like just to eat. In my case, because I love cakes and pancakes and all that kind of stuff. So I was kind of a little chubby, as you can say. But when I was ready to shoot the film, I was in the best shape of my life, I could say. And I was 45 years old.
Did you have to learn how to box, or had you boxed before in life?
I boxed before, and I don't know, but I don't know if you know this, but I'm a black belt in shotokan. I practice shotokan karate since I was like 7 years old. I got my black belt when I was 21. And the complicated part is that when I was practicing with the trainer, Ricky Quiles, is a ex-world champion from Puerto Rico, and he helped me a lot. He was a tough guy, very tough guy, and we boxed like 2 hours a day for almost 4 months. And the hard part for me was to forget all the karate stuff that I had in my mind, because it's a completely different thing. The positions, the fighting, the the punches and everything. So I have to rewind my brain in order to look like a real boxer.
Omar, do me a favor. There's a sequel to Seventh and Union. Cast me as the next guy that you fight, at least in the opening round. Look at this one, too. Look.
Wow.
Look at this. I could totally play the guy that you beat up. Ugh. Okay, man, that's awesome. Well,
A ti
I
te
know
da
that.
de los bigotes.
This is my new mustache. So I know the director Anthony Nadillo. He's directed some really cool independent films before. He played college football here in the States. Was he like, he's like a tough guy director. Out of all the directors you've ever worked, have you ever worked with like such a strong, he's not that tall, but he's like a strong guy.
But who?
Anthony
Who's that?
Nardillo. Anthony Nardillo, the director of Seventh and Union.
Oh, yes.
He's strong.
Yes, he's well, yeah, he's strong, but he was very, very nice with me, a very nice guy, and he was very open-minded, and he led me to propose and to add some part in the script. He was very open-minded, as I told you.
Well, he's also a dancer.
It was wonderful. Yes, and he used to be a dancer.
Yeah, that's exactly. So, he has a sensitive side.
Yeah, at the beginning when I realized that he was a dancer, I said, "Oh my God!" And he was a dancer, and then now he's gonna direct a boxing film. But then I realized that because he knew exactly how to shoot in a dancing way, so it was very helpful for some reason, because you can see the fighting scenes, a very nice choreograph, and because he knows how to move, so it was very interesting.
Omar, back to tonight, I love the double entendre, tonight. Okay, es el night tuyo, pero it's tonight. What's your favorite part about being? Exactly. What's your favorite part about being a host?
My favorite part of being in this TV show, you see?
Yeah, like being a host, talking to people. What's your favorite part of that job?
My favorite part is that I can be myself, and even though I obviously I see all the information of the artists that I'm gonna interview, and read and see a lot of videos in YouTube in order to have a lot of information and a lot of questions. And I write with my friends the monologues, and I have to be very prepared. And when I'm on set, I have a lot of things in my mind, and things that it could makes me very nervous. But when I'm on set, I try to forget all that and just to let it flow and to be connected with God, and trying to be a channel to help the artists to make them feel good. So I forget about that, and I just try to be myself. And I think that's what people is what people loves about this show. There is a lot of magic around here, because there are a lot of things that they're not planned, and a lot of spontaneity.
Just a couple of more things. Whenever I sometimes I say too much, in interviews, and then afterwards I'm like, oh man, should I have said that on television? Do you ever have those moments where you feel like vulnerable afterwards? You're like, oh, I think I shared too much of my life there. Does that ever happen, or you just, to you everything is fine?
That happened before, and actually that's what the pandemic taught me the last year. That I was maybe thinking too much about, oh my God, concern about what people is going to think about me because what I said, or because the way I joke or whatever. And this pandemic taught me that I don't should give a fuck, It's like, this is me. And the people is going to judge you anyway, a lot of prejudge. So it's a total release when you realize that there's only one life, and you have to be free. And yeah, it's a relief to say, I don't give a fuck what they think. And it's easier.
I like that. You know what, Omar? I don't give a fuck either. Listen.
Yeah, just try to be you.
Yeah, so this is the last thing, I got this from the first time that I interviewed you a year and a half ago. I felt very motivated, inspired by things like that. Like when you told, you share things that kind of leave you, inspired, which is good for a TV host to do. How do you feel about the rest of the year? The pandemic, I mean, the numbers coming out now, it looks like the numbers are starting to stabilize and go down. We have a new president. I mean, are you optimistic that 2021 is going to be better than 2020?
For sure, because, well, we all want to think that way, right? Because obviously 2020 was complicated. It was very complicated. And it was a year where we learned what we had to learn. And now in 2020, we have to put in practice all that we learned. We don't have to be so stressed out and to worry about the business and to a lot of things that they were not as important as we thought. they were. You know, it's just to be more relaxed and to appreciate and to see the miracles in every situation, to see the miracles in every person, to be grateful. That's it. That's what I learned. You have to be grateful just to breathe and to be alive. And for sure, it's going to be a better year for everyone. That's what I think.
Omar, I see the miracle in you. You've been on Checkitow.
Because you're the miracle too. We are a miracle. We're miracles. We're alive.
Thank you, my friend. Good talking to you.
Good talking to you. Humberto, muchas gracias. Gusto en verte.
Gracias.
Déjate el bigotote. Te ves
Lo voy
muy
a dejar.
guapo.
Gracias,
Muy
chico.
guapo.
All right. Ciao, man.
Ciao, man.